All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Cece Says Facebook Live. Welcome back to my folks that's been here with me, and welcome to anybody that's new. If you are watching the replay, please drop replay in the chat. All right. So I hope you all have had a good week thus far. Tonight, I want to circle back to something that I have discussed on a previous live. It's always important to me, but it has been really important to me over the last couple of days, and that's connection. So, the past few days have been pretty rough. You know, death is rough regardless, and when it's unexpected, it's really rough. So, to anyone out there who is in a season of bereavement, in a season of grieving, I am praying God's peace and comfort over you. Okay. So, anybody that knows me, including my patients, will tell you that I am optimistic. I am a glass half full type of person. I can't help it. That's how I was raised. And so when difficult times come up, once I get myself together, because sometimes it might take me a minute, but once I get myself together, I'm usually looking for some type of silver lining or some type of positivity. And when I thought back over the past few days, I thought about my connection with God and my connection with others. So, y'all, my circle has shown up and shown out over the past few days, and I'm so very thankful. And when I thought about what I wanted to discuss tonight, I knew I had to talk about how connection can help you. But I wanted to also acknowledge that everyone doesn't feel connected all the time. And so I wanted to tackle that. So first let's talk about how connection to others can help you. Okay. And y'all can drop some in the chat and make sure you say hello so I know who's here. But I'm going to tell you all how connection with others helped me over the past few days. So, one, it reminded me of God's love, it reminded me of my place in the lives of others. It has given me reasons to be grateful, even when I was in a dark spot. It has kept me from feeling down and alone. And it's encouraged me to keep going and to keep giving. Because when others bless you, it ought to motivate you and inspire you to want to bless others. Okay. And y'all, when we are connected to the right source and when we have the right people around us, we are reminded of some awesome stuff. We're reminded of who we are. We're reminded of our magic. We are reminded that we are not alone in this world. And no matter how difficult it can be to navigate the world, we don't have to navigate it by ourselves. And y'all, that's good news. Okay. So I can talk about the good parts of connection all night long, right? But what I really want to concentrate on for a few minutes is how to get connected when that has been difficult for you in the past. All right. And there can be plenty of reasons why connecting with others can be difficult. Okay. Y'all drop some in the chat for me. What are some reasons why it's difficult to connect with others? All right. Hey, boo. Hey, sis. Hey, Bri. All right. And so y'all drop some reasons. Why is it difficult to connect with others? What are some things that get in our way? Y'all know it take a minute for the comments to come through. So Kevin says excuses like being too busy. Definitely, right? And I know, you said excuses. I don't know that we always know that those are excuses, right? I think, when we think about how life goes, a lot of times we're in like that rat race. And so we are going and going and going, and we're not stopping to identify those things that are really important, right? But definitely being too busy. Anything else? Y'all feel free, drop it in there. I'm gonna start telling y'all about some that hit me pretty heavy when I was thinking about this. So one is not feeling worthy of the connection. So I can't tell you how many times I've seen people try to connect and folks reject the connection, right? And that can be for a number of reasons. But one reason that is really personal, that kind of, occurs on the inside, is that some folks don't feel worthy of connection. So going back to our live from last week, we talked about why us, right? Why would we be the one versus somebody else? And sometimes we just don't feel like we're the one. We don't feel like we're the one for the blessing. We don't feel like we're the one that should get the love, get the job, right? We just don't feel like we're the one. And sometimes we don't feel like we're the one to have the connection. And so instead of accepting the connection when it comes, we shy away from it. Right. All right. Yes. Tasha said fear of inadequacy. So that goes with that, with the unworthy. And Barbara said past disappointment with others. Yeah. Limited available options and isolation. Definitely. And Brian, you hit on one of my other ones. And actually, that's my third point. But my second point is vulnerability. So we have to be at least a little vulnerable to connect with others on a heart level, right? So if you find it hard to connect, it might be because it's difficult for you to be vulnerable. And there are plenty of reasons why that might be. It could be trust issues, it could be pride, and that's an ouch moment for me. So I had to say ouch myself. And sometimes it could be past hurt. And so that brings me to my last one, which is also part of what Brian said. Some people have difficulty connecting because they've had bad experiences trying to connect in the past. They've reached out and maybe they were taken advantage of, or they put their trust in someone and they were let down, or they've just encountered too many bad connections in the past. And y'all, we remember those things, and it can make us hesitant to look for connections or to accept the connections that come our way. And so, what do we do about it? Y'all know I'd never want to present a problem and not have a solution. So, the one that came to me earlier, it came to me while I was listening to a sermon. And y'all know I usually have steps for you, right? Like step one, two, and three. Well, what came to me earlier from this sermon actually kind of puts all of the steps into one sentence, and that's guard your heart. And let me tell you what it means. So, guard your heart comes from Proverbs 4 and 23, which states, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. And what spoke to me when I heard the sermon this morning was when we guard our hearts, we are careful about what we let in, and we are also open to what God has for us. So, like we talked about a few minutes ago, a lot of people are reluctant to connect with others because they don't feel worthy, or because they find it difficult to be vulnerable, or because they've been hurt in the past. And so, when we guard our hearts, we will remember who we are in the Lord. We will remember what God says about us, and we won't feel unworthy. We will know that we are worthy of every good thing. How many of y'all know you're worthy of every good thing? Drop worthy in the chat if you know it. Y'all, when we guard our hearts, we will trust not so much in people, but in the one who created people. And we'll know that it's okay to be vulnerable. We will lean into making connections with the ones that God has placed strategically around us. Yeah, hey, Erica. When we guard our hearts, y'all, we won't hold on to past hurt. And that's a big one, okay? We won't allow our hearts to turn cold and stony. We won't hold on so tight to all the negative things that have happened. Now, I'm not saying that we forget about them or that we let folks treat us any kind of way. Jesus didn't say that, okay? But we will keep some hope in our heart that there are good people out there and that God will want us to connect with good folks. We'll learn whatever lessons we're supposed to learn from these past hurts. We won't treat folks the way that they treat us. and we will lean into love and mercy. So in John 10 and 10, Jesus says, "The thief comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I have come that they might have life and that they may have it more abundantly." I believe part of that abundant life that Jesus is talking about includes these connections with his folks, with good folks. So, y'all, let's not just live life, let's live it more abundantly and strengthen our connections with other folks. Okay? All right. Sis says we were never meant to do life alone. Connections, especially godly connections, yes, are necessary for us to navigate through life. That is absolutely true. Yeah, no man is an island. We weren't put here by ourselves. We weren't meant to operate and navigate by ourselves. Connections are a must. So, I talked about strengthening these connections. Speaking of that, I am real excited to tell y'all about my upcoming workshop, Leaning into Your Magic. So, y'all know I talk about magic all the time. And so I've developed a workshop where we'll discuss how to identify and lean into your magic at all times in all spaces. And y'all, we're going to do some work because y'all know I like to do work. But it's going to be fun, it's going to be engaging, and there will be space to connect. Connect with me, connect with others, but also connect with yourself on a deeper level. Because the goal of the workshop is mindset shifts. Y'all, we trying to change the way we think so we can change the way we behave. Okay. So I would be honored if you all would join me on Friday, July 1st at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be on Zoom. The workshop is free, but registration is required. And so you can see the link in the chat. I'm going to drop it in the chat. It's also going to be in the description of the video once it posts to my page. Okay. So, y'all have an awesome night. Thank you for being here with me. Be blessed, and let's go make some connections.